Do you want an effective way to study for your finals? In this video, I'm going to reveal a really simple method that you can use to get all the information down that you need to learn so that you ace your exams and your finals. And I want you to go to the comments section right now, and I want you to share your advice to the rest of the students here. What is it that you can do to make the best preparation for your finals? What works for you, and what do you suggest to others? And the first tip is to create or find a quiet, focused space. One of the best things about studying at school is the power of environment change. You're there in your classroom to study, and you know that, your brain knows that. And the truth is, that shift of going from the comfort zone of your home to the nurturing environments of your classroom or your school or your library, it makes you approach your studying differently. It forces you to change your behavior, to change your outlook. In his book, Atomic Habits, James Clear talks about the power of how changing your environment changes your focus. And if you're studying from home, how will you replicate that change in state? If you're studying from the library, how can you make sure you stay focused? 70% of success is just showing up. So find that space and just keep showing up. That shift in your mindset that you're not just at home sitting and chilling. You're here to work. You're here to study. You're here to give this your absolute best focus. Set aside and create your own space to work, even if it's as simple as a specific chair that you're going to sit at a specific time every single day. Find a space and stick to it like glue. Every single day, make that your study zone. And make sure you show up every single day at that spot. And just make it that simple goal that you're going to open your laptop, open your tablet, open your book, whatever it is, and just get started. The second tip is to treat whatever you're doing like a real class, like it's the real exam right there and right now. And if you were in your exam right now, what would you do? Would you be looking out the window? Would you be slouching in your chair? Would you be focused, or would you be distracted? Think it through. Show up like it's the real thing. Yes, you might be at the library or at home, but why does that mean you shouldn't treat this as the real thing? The difference between someone who's a follower and someone who is a leader is having to do something, being forced to, and making the choice to. You don't have to wear your best, smartest clothes to study. You don't have to come up with these fancy, prepared revision timetables. You don't have to say no to all the social obligations, but would it help? Is there a chance that just 1% you might take it more seriously? Just 1% your grade might improve. So treat it like it's the real thing and send a powerful message to yourself and those around you. Tip number 3 is about getting yourself digitally organized. Complexity and a lack of clarity are the two enemies of you succeeding here. So get serious, get organized, make a calendar, stick to that. Know what you're doing when, know which weak areas you're focusing on and for how long. Be smart about how you work. The more uncertain your organization is, the more uncertain your planning is, the more uncertain the outcome is going to be, the more uncertain your life is going to be. So don't leave these things to chance. Treat it like a self-care plan, a self-love plan. That the more organized you are, the more you're really taking care of yourself. So if you want to study effectively online, turn off those random tabs on your browser. Stop multitasking. Stop looking at social media first thing every morning. You know what you need to do by now. Focus on one thing at a time and keep doing it until you finish, and then move on to the next task. Tip 4 actually has nothing to do with studying, with finals or any of that. And it's simply to take breaks, move your body. A still body is an uninspired body. Here's an example. Neuroscientists took an MRI scan of a person's neural activity after sitting for 20 minutes and after walking for 20 minutes. The image on the right shows far more activity in the brain's neural pathways than the image on the left. So if you're wondering why you're not focused, why you're not motivated, maybe it's because you've been sat there for too long scrolling through TikTok again. Instead, make success happen by design, not by desire. Every day when you wake up, make sure you take a 10-minute walk. Make sure you're getting some sunlight, you're getting some fresh air, and make it a goal to reach at least 6,000 steps every single day. Nowadays, we can use our phones. We don't need fancy smartwatches if you don't have that. You can use your phone to track your steps, but make it a goal that you're at least doing one short 15-minute walk. Break things up, get moving. Okay, all of these tips so far are great, but let's be honest. Sometimes what you're learning is boring. You're not succeeding. You're getting answers wrong again and again and again. And I want you to pay attention. How do you react in those moments? When the learning gets boring, hard, and uncomfortable, how do you tend to react? Something I've learned over the years is be curious, not judgmental. The best students aren't the ones who know the most. The best students are the most curious. They're asking the right questions. Why did I get this wrong? What was my thinking pattern here? What was my logic? And what do I need to learn? What is the correct thinking pattern or logic? And how can I practice that over and over again? Who can help me with that? And so be mentally engaged. Be curious, not judgmental. Participate. Ask questions, especially when things go wrong. And the last tip is to have realistic expectations. I'm no fan of being a victim, of surrendering my power and making excuses, but equally, let's be realistic. We are living in uncertain times right now, and things are different. They keep changing, and that's okay. I want you to just accept that. Things are going to be different to what you're used to. And one of the best things you can do for your mental health and well-being is to practice compassion, to practice stoicism and acceptance, and set some honest expectations for yourself. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying give up, don't try, and accept mediocrity for the rest of your life. I'm saying be honest about what you think and want to happen. Are you magically going to become a perfect student overnight? Probably not. But can you change by 1% today? Absolutely. Can you take one small step? Absolutely. Make it manageable. Don't be all or nothing. That's the common trap we fall into, that we're going to make all this change right now and it's going to be fine. And then what happens? Your lazy, unmotivated self shows up and you forget the motivation you previously had. And so take one step at a time. Make one significant change and stick to it for a week, for 2 weeks, and then add a new habit, and then upgrade the design for your life.